There is a specific type of bank account that right now in June 2026 is putting Social Security payments at serious risk, and almost nobody receiving benefits has been warned about it directly. It costs nothing to check. It takes about 4 minutes. And for the people who have already made this switch, it has meant the difference between receiving their payment on time every single month and having it frozen, delayed, or seized without any warning. I have seen people protect $247, $340, even $412 or more every single month just by changing one setting on their account. Before I tell you exactly which account type and exactly what to do, subscribe right now and hit the bell. The rules around Social Security payments and banking regulations change constantly. When they change, the SAW does not send you a personal explanation. Subscribers find out in time. The ones who are not find out after the freeze, after the missed payment, after the money is already gone. Stay with me until the end. The account type I am talking about is a standard individual checking or savings account, specifically one that is not designated as a direct express account or a protected federal benefits account under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act. It lives at your regular bank, it looks completely normal, and for most people, it has worked fine for years. But here is why that matters right now. As of 2024, federal law provides a protection called the Federal Benefit Payment Protection Rule, sometimes called the Garnishment Protection Rule, which requires banks to automatically protect a certain amount of your Social Security funds from being frozen or garnished by creditors. The SAW itself directs this through how your payment is labeled when it arrives at your bank. Here is why this rule has the potential to either protect you or fail you completely, and I want to explain this clearly because it is the part most people do not understand. When your Social Security payment arrives at your bank, it carries an electronic marker, a code that tells the bank this is a federal benefit payment. Federal law then requires your bank to look back over the last 60 days of deposits and automatically protect an amount equal to 2 months of your benefit before allowing any creditor to touch it. That is the law. That is how it is supposed to work. But here is what actually happens when it breaks down. If your Social Security is deposited into a joint account, meaning an account that has your name plus another person's name on it, that protection becomes significantly weaker. If your Social Security is being deposited into a prepaid card account that is not properly registered, the protection may not trigger at all. And if you have multiple income sources flowing into the same account, the bank's automated system can sometimes fail to isolate the protected portion correctly. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, errors in federal benefit payment protection affect tens of thousands of account holders annually. A single missed protection event, meaning a creditor successfully freezes or garnishes your account even temporarily, can delay your Social Security payment by anywhere from 7 to 21 business days while the dispute is resolved. That is 3 to 4 weeks without your check. For someone receiving $1,847 per month, a 3-week delay means $1,380 in delayed funds sitting inaccessible. That is the monthly math. Over a single year, even 2 such events means over $2,700 in payment disruptions. And if this continues without correction for 5 years into retirement, you are looking at a pattern of disruption that affects your ability to plan, pay bills, and maintain any financial stability. And here is the part that makes it worse. Because the Garnishment Protection Rule is an automated banking function, not something the SAW monitors from there, and the loss does not stay the same. Each time your account is flagged or frozen incorrectly, it creates a dispute record with your bank. Banks use internal risk scoring systems, and repeated dispute flags can actually cause your account to be classified as higher risk over time. That means future protections may be applied less quickly, automated reviews may take longer, and in some cases, banks have been documented closing accounts entirely after repeated garnishment disputes, leaving recipients scrambling to establish a new direct deposit account while their payment sits in limbo. This is not a theoretical problem. It is a documented, ongoing pattern. The SAW does not monitor where your payment lands after it leaves their system. There is no automatic review, no alert, no letter. The payment goes out, the code gets attached, and unless you have set up your account correctly, those vulnerabilities sit there silently every single month, waiting for one creditor action, one banking error, or one account misclassification to trigger a disruption. No review, no alert, no letter. The system processes the payment and moves on. What happens on the receiving end is entirely on you to manage unless you know exactly what to look for and exactly how to fix it. Who is most likely to have this problem right now? Because this is not something that affects everyone equally, and if you fall into one of these groups, your risk is meaningfully higher than the average recipient. People who set up direct deposit more than 5 years ago, if you established your Social Security direct deposit before 2019 and have never reviewed those account settings, there is a strong chance your account configuration predates the clearest implementation of the garnishment protection rule. The setup that was fine in 2017 may have gaps today that you have never been notified about. Recipients who share a joint bank account with a spouse or adult child, joint accounts are one of the most common ways the 2-month protection rule gets diluted or misapplied, because the protected amount must be traced to your specific deposits in a shared account. The bank's automated system can miscount or undercount the protected balance, leaving more of your funds exposed than the law intends. People who have any outstanding debt, medical bills, or old judgments, if a creditor has ever obtained a judgment against you, even an old one you believed was resolved, that judgment can be reactivated and used to attempt garnishment at any time. If your account is not properly flagged as a federal benefit account, the bank may not catch it before the freeze goes through. Recipients who switched banks or opened a new account in the last 2 years, every time you change banks or accounts and reestablish direct deposit, the protection configuration resets. Many people assume their new bank automatically applies federal benefit protections the same way the old one did. That assumption is not always correct, and the window between your first deposit and full protection enrollment can be a vulnerable period. People receiving both Social Security and SSI simultaneously when 2 different federal benefit streams deposit into the same account. The bank must calculate and protect amounts from both. This dual deposit situation is one of the most frequently cited scenarios in CFPB complaint data where the automated protection calculation fails. Anyone using a prepaid debit card or non-traditional account for direct deposit, not all prepaid cards are properly registered as federal benefit accounts. If the card issuer has not enrolled in the garnishment protection framework, your funds may have 0 automatic protection, and you would have no way of knowing that from the card itself. A woman who worked as a school cafeteria employee in the late 1980s and early 1990s had been receiving Social Security since 2019. She had set up direct deposit into a joint checking account she shared with her adult daughter, an account they had used together for years without any problems. In 2023, a medical debt from 2017 resurfaced through a collections agency that had obtained a court judgment. The creditor contacted her bank and requested a garnishment. Her bank, processing it automatically overnight, froze her entire account, including her Social Security deposit that had arrived just 4 days earlier. She did not find out until her rent check bounced. After filing a dispute and working with a Social Security advocate at her local legal aid office, she learned that her joint account setup had caused the bank's automated protection system to miscalculate her protected balance. Once her Social Security was redirected to a properly designated individual account, the same advocate helped her recover $312 in wrongly garnished funds and confirmed her monthly payment, $1,623, would be fully protected going forward. She had no idea that her account structure was leaving her payment exposed every single month until the problem had already cost her time, overdraft fees, and weeks of stress. Step 1. Check your current direct deposit account type, log in to your My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount, or call the SA directly at 1-800-772-2113. Confirm exactly which account your benefit is depositing into the full account number, the bank name, and whether the account is individual or joint. Step 2. Verify whether your account is properly coded as a federal benefit account. Call your bank's customer service line and ask specifically, is my account enrolled in the Federal Benefit Payment Garnishment Protection Framework under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act? If the representative is uncertain or cannot confirm, ask to speak with the Account Compliance or Deposit Operations Department. This is a specific, answerable question. Do not accept a vague response. Step 3. Review the last 60 days of deposit history for your protected balance. Federal law protects an amount equal to 2 months of your benefit. If your monthly payment is $1,623, your bank must automatically protect at least $3,246 from any garnishment attempt. Ask your bank to confirm in writing what your current protected balance threshold is. If they cannot tell you, that is itself a red flag. Step 4. If your account is joint act immediately, if your Social Security is going into a joint account, the safest and most straightforward fix is to open a separate individual account in your name only specifically for your Social Security deposit. This single change eliminates the most common miscalculation error and gives you cleaner, stronger protection under federal law. Step 5. Update your direct deposit information using Form SF 1199A or through ssa.gov to change your direct deposit account. You can do it online at ssa.gov/myaccount, by phone at 1-800-772-1213, or in person at your local SSA office. The form used for paper changes is SF 1199A Direct Deposit Sign-Up Form. Changes typically take 1 to 2 payment cycles to take effect, so do not close your old account until you have confirmed the first payment arrived at the new one. Step 6. Request written confirmation and set a reminder to re-verify in 90 days after your change is processed. Ask your new bank to send you written confirmation that the account is properly enrolled for federal benefit payment protection. Then set a calendar reminder for 90 days out to log back into ssa.gov and verify that your payment information still shows the correct account. SAW records can occasionally show errors after account updates, and catching that early prevents a missed payment. Here is something most people do not know. The SAW can pull records of your payment history going back several years at no charge if your purpose is to verify deposit accuracy or dispute a payment issue. Even if you do not have old bank statements, that option is available to you, and it can be critical if you are trying to document a garnishment protection failure. Most people spend more time choosing which show to watch tonight than they have ever spent reviewing the account where their Social Security lands, the account that determines their financial stability for the rest of their lives. And every month that passes without checking, the gap does not close on its own. It stays exactly where it is, your account configuration sitting unchanged. Your protection status unconfirmed, quietly leaving you exposed to something that takes one creditor action to trigger and weeks to untangle. The fix is not complicated. It is not expensive. It does not require a lawyer or a financial advisor. It requires logging in to ssa.gov, making one phone call to your bank, and if your account is joint, opening one individual account. This is worth 4 minutes. Go to ssa.gov/myaccount. Check which account your payment is going to, call your bank and confirm your protection status, and if something does not match, file the change using Form SF 1199A or do it online that same day. That is the whole thing. Subscribe, share this with someone you know who is on Social Security or approaching retirement. The 5 minutes you spend today could change every single check for the rest of their life.